All right, I'm here early, so I will. I'll put my clock up. Let's get all my stuff set up. I'm gonna change my deal here. The first thing I need to buy is a mic. That's the first thing I need to buy. That's all squared away here. First thing. All my stuff behind me. You can see all my garbage. Is that the deal? All right. Summer Major. Southern Pines. Now I'm sure most everybody who's going to watch this, unless you're watching this like on a later date and we have the Southern Pine holes and this is the walkthrough video. What's up, Vintage Golf? Welcome to the house. First person in the chat. Look at that. The true fan right there. Let me get my stuff up. I can get the super chat up on my phone so I can have a little bit easier time seeing it since it's a mile away from me. What's up, Keith Anderson? All right, now what I need is a calculator. And I need a separate device because I've got my phone on the chat. Totally unprepared here. This is how it is. I'm going to try and have fun today. So I have played these Southern Pine holes since the very beginning of the game. Right when the game came out, these Southern Pine holes were here. There's been changes along the way. Some of the holes have been, one of the hole in particular has been completely redesigned. There's been several, there's lots of changes. There probably isn't a hole on here that hasn't had a significant change, but there's a few of them that are still tough-ass holes that really haven't changed, and those are the two tough holes. So the course kind of used to play, there was a lot more of that kind of stuff where the course was really hard. And they kind of lightened up, and I like these two holes. So I'm just going to go out and have some fun today and see if I can drop some shots. So like I talk about minimum score, and for some of you it's like I'm beating on, like trying not to beat a dead horse or like talk about it so much, but if you can't shoot the minimum score here, you're absolutely screwed. You can't make up for it. You got to pick up shots, and every shot has got to be that is like getting you up towards getting a win, and you got to hold on to everything. So every hole is super. You want to put yourself in the right spot. All right, here we roll. I light a cigarette. All right, hole number 1 is hole number 7, and it has been changed. It was a par 4. Let's turn some stuff on. Let me see if I can get my material cue to stick on. It for some reason it never turns off except when I'm using Golf Clash. We'll see if we can get it on there. Southern Pines up. And I need my photos, my images. Where are they at? Timer's off. I need to turn the volume down. My phone, I could hear something in the background. I was like, what the hell am I hearing? I'm hearing me. Here we go. Where are they? Facebook. And I believe this right here is the change. So in this account, I am going, let me move this to this side over here. I'm going out into this area. I'm doing a max overpower hook here, or a max overpower shot. I don't think I have to use max OP if I bring a power 5 ball, so I'm going to bring, if I do a power 3 ball and I do max overpower, I'm just going to bring a power 5 ball so that I don't have to do any max overpower. I'm trying to get up there into my long air range. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. I don't have the game up, that's the deal. Alright, that was my timer again. Hopefully everybody had a great tournament. I like these holes. I've played these holes a lot. I've been successful on these holes in tournaments that they've been in over the years. And so I just need to go out there and play and have some fun. I played these holes a million times. It's no big deal. Just get on, give yourself an opportunity, cruise on down the road. Let me switch accounts. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me switch accounts here. I want to switch accounts so I don't have to log in with Facebook. That way I don't get emoji spam the whole time. I'm sure that's some kind of deal with Facebook. They've been tight with Facebook since the very beginning. In the very beginning, the only way to secure your account was through Facebook. And then they added the other ones. Here we go, trying to get into my email, one of my many email accounts. 6752. 6752. Recovered. All right, there we roll. Here we go. Getting a few people here. Welcome to the house, Jason. Welcome to the chat. Just starting my round. I played my 99 account this morning, and I shot a 52-minute video, and I didn't have enough for hole number 9, so I shot it separate. And then I shot like a 52-minute video, and I didn't have time for hole number 18, so I shot it second. I can't get the two 52-minute videos to upload. There's nothing wrong with them. I'm watching them on my device, but I've tried it. I spent like 4 hours today trying to upload them on YouTube so that I could play this earlier. And so it was in order not to have to erase those videos, I'm gonna stream this one. My plan was to play a lot earlier today, so I'd be done right now. But that's how plans work. They don't always work out. Let's see if we get anything good today. In my trade-in. Finally got one of my common cards in my 99 account just from playing in tournaments. Finally got one of my common cards maxed out. Big Topper has a long ways to go to get to that point, and there's some other ones that I'd like to get to 7. I'm trying to eliminate some of these rares so that I can get them out of the way. I'm going to pick my rock. It doesn't get a lot when it gets to level 9. It really doesn't get much at all, but it gets a little teeny bit of topspin, and with this, at the very end, what it's still missing is a little bit of topspin. It needs more than what it gets, but at least it gets some. All right, hole number 1. Da-da-da-da. We're at hole number 1, and I'm taking a extra mile power 5 ball. All my accurate stuff. So it's been 4 wind. That's what I'm taking right there. Trying to get up, get over, get in a good spot, take a shot without having to do any overpower whatsoever. It's one shot at a time. Just go out and have some fun. Play some one-on-one, trying to put myself in the right spot and try and get it in the cup. I got some notes on every hole. Some of these holes, I feel like if I hit it perfect, like I am right freaking there. I've made some hole-in-ones this week. I haven't hit any albies. And hole number 6 has actually been the hole that's caused me the most amount of problems. I've had like the wrong club, and I've also been getting a lot of lag towards the end of the round more than in the beginning. What's up, Desmond Chan? Desmond's in the house. See how my opponent does? Be nice and quiet for him. They got the little quiet sign out. All right, we're just playing some fun stuff here. I know these holes like the back of my hand, so we're just going to go out and play. But I don't remember the holes. So I don't remember what hole 2 is or what hole 5 is until I see it. Two 8. That's 3. I'm going to do a ring and a half pull. Just trying to hit it straight forward. Little teeny bit of overpower, just rubbing the nubs. Hit it 1 ring break to the right. See what kind of distance that gets me out there. You know, with the Titan, if you do max overpower, you're at 324. And so 314, almost pretty close to that distance without having to do any overpower whatsoever. That's why Playdemic sells Power 5 balls. I don't want you to think I'm a spokesperson for Playdemic because they do not sponsor my channel, but the deal is that they are a ball manufacturer. They sell those balls for a reason. So, like, it's important to have a selection. The people, I know everybody wants to be like the purest deal, but that's not how it works in the real world. Better equipment. Look at racing. Those people that have better equipment do have better results, even if they're not as good as an athlete as the guy in the other vehicle or the gal in the other vehicle. Equipment. All right, I'm doing plus 10%, plus 0.2. So where I'm at, my guessing. Should be about mid-club. There's min. There's max. So I'm about mid-club, 1.75. Plus 10%, that's 2.6. It's 2.8. And there's 3. Just a little shy. Trying to get it perfect. Getting it perfect. So we can get that in the cup. Come on! Come on! Just a bit outside. That was a underpull. .4, 10%, that'd be 2.4, that'd be 2.6. 2.64. Add a 0.2 on. That's 2.8. So that was like a 20% pull, basically. And I was still off. The deal is we're at that point that if you don't make a change, you're more apt to just get the same result. You know, you get up there and you hit it perfect and it's like, wow, I missed again. Well, you know how that works in this game is, I mean, we do get pretty consistent. You hit the right spot, you do the right setup, you hit perfect, bam, it goes in the hole. And if you're off, you know that there's some kind of a adjustment that you need to make, or you need to move it over, or you need to do something. A little forfeit. I'm not interested in playing any of these par 3s except for when I'm playing. And at that point, I mean, every shot could go in. I don't want to ruin it. Hole number 2. I'm already behind because I didn't pick anything up on hole number 1. Hole number 2. Every freaking hole. We got to play them one hole at a time, but every stinking hole we got to pick something up. We got to try and be in the perfect spot. These need to be like, if I ever do a demo for it, these next 8 holes need to be like the perfect deal. What is hole number 2? It's 7 pines, and this one's also changed. This is the... So I can look at it. It's not right there. We're doing a rough pump. Picking a sniper and a navigator. Sniper. If I can take a navigator, I can take an Olympus ball. Sniper and an Olympus. I'm going to do 1 bar of top spin, 1 left-hand side spin, and I'm going to try and ride the... I want to just do the deal. I'm going to go right at it. I'm going to go right at it. I'm going to make that command decision right here. I'm going to go right at it, and I'm not going to do any adjustment as far as, like, I'm just going to do a normal adjustment, and that's it. I'm going to take that setup right there. Whatever I do on the front, I want to see like we're at that point. I didn't have time during the opening round to play my practice account, so I didn't get a practice round this morning. But I got one more practice round Friday and then another practice round this morning or yesterday. But I used my 99 account, and a lot of these holes are coming in the same way. I'm coming at this hole in there with a power 2 ball and a sniper. Let me get some of these shots in the hole. Every one of these par 3s, I need a hole in one on every single par 3. You know, my buddy Dale Appleby's got a shot worked out where you can come in that way. I've never had a lot of success that way. Although I have made a few, but they're like a huge exception rather than the rule. That's in the middle of that. Where I can see what's going on. And right up the flagpole. 2.5. There's 2.5. All right. It's 2 freaking holes. I'm already in the hole. Now I'm 2 holes in and I haven't picked up a shot. I'm telling you, this type of tournament, if you can go out and shoot the minimum score, you have got to pick up some shots in order to get yourself up there, and every freaking hole is a hole. That's one less opportunity, because there's 2 holes, there's 4 holes that really, I mean, there are opportunities on them to get Alvy, but I mean, it's pretty tough. I've taken those holes out of the mix. That's 4 holes out of 18, so that leaves you 14 holes. You only got 14 opportunities, and I already went 2. So that's 1/7. I'm running out of holes. Now, I have had some success on this hole this week, so I know the numbers are good on this hole. It's just a matter of hitting it perfecto. Yeah, perfecto. All right, hole number 3. This is our first test. Our instructor gave us a midterm early, and this is it. So I'm taking let's go look at it. This is Southern Pines, hole number 8. Hey. Southern Pines, hole number 8. I'm take a big topper, a megalodon. Taking that megalodon, it helps me out on the big topper. The Guardian is actually a better shot. What was I thinking? I've got upper developed clubs here. Of course a Guardian would be better. Big topper. Here's the bag right there. Big topper, Saturn. If it gets down to it, Grim Reaper would probably be better than a Saturn. If it gets down to the point where I have to pull the Saturn out of the bag, I got bigger problems than the fact that I had to pull my Saturn out of my bag. Okay, we're going to do the max OP hook. Power 5 ball. I've been down there as far as 466. And I've been as short as 446. And I want to get to the point where I can use this. I only got one side spin in that ball. I should have actually picked the ball that's got had more side spin. Wouldn't necessarily help me on the drive. Come in one ring. Max top spin. And however much side spin I can get on, I'm leaving the wind in. Max OP hook. And I got all of that. So the first land test area is right here, making sure I clear, and then it's angling me towards this fairway rough down here, as long as I can be on the inside of that. And I don't know how you could get much farther than that. There's a little. It's 467. That's the farthest I've had all week, 467. That should fit me nicely. Now there is a bounce over shot that we can do here, and it takes very little, and you can actually go for Alvey. And I've taken that shot once this week, but I took it the wrong way. I actually went up there with my Guardian because I could get all the way to the other side of the sand, and I actually backspin it right to the hole. It ended up on the fringe, on the back, because I was afraid it was going to get sucked off on the front. But that was a shot that I would never recommend anybody ever take. That shot blew. My teammate Kyle tells me the shot over the sand gives you a pretty legitimate shot at Alvey. We'll see real quick what it looks like. So in this area right here, get forward just a bit. Three, 2, 3, 5. I'm gonna go 3, 6. There's 3, 3. Short just a little. I'd rather be a little long. You get one ring great to the left. That might not be good. That's the shot that if you want to risk it to go for Alvey, but you got to get that wind adjustment absolutely perfect, man. I like the shakes on that. What the hell was I thinking? I wanted to demo that shot for you guys. I am not, that is a risky, in my opinion, that is a risky shot. You have got to make sure that you have an absolutely perfect wind adjustment. And I was a little hesitant on the 15 and actually left a quarter of a ring in because I was afraid I was going to pull where it would clip the sand. They tell me that there is a sand bump there, but there is no way in hell I'm going to believe that. I am never going to aim towards the sand in this game. In the hole. All right. Goal was to get an eagle. I got an eagle. I will not be doing that shot on the back. I'm going to take the shot from around on the right, and I'm going to switch up balls. The only reason I took it right there is because of the shot that I really want to do on the right-hand side. I haven't been able to get that shot to roll down the hill. And I think the deal is I've been bringing a low wind ball that's only got one side spin, and I really am not getting the use out of the low wind. So I remembered now I'm not going to bring that ball on the back. I'm going to bring out a ball that's got more side spin, so when I get up on that second shot, I can try and bring the ball guide much more to the hole. So I want to bring a ball that's got 3 side spin. And I'm less concerned about the wind. All right. I've given myself a shot on the first 3 holes, the first segment. We'll break it into segments. So there was some low-hanging fruit in the first segment. Now we're on the now we're in our second batch here. So par 4, Southern Pines, hole number 3. Hole number 3. I swear they must have had a lawsuit because they started putting their caps on just a little bit tighter. They're on there pretty tight now. All right, I'm taking a layup on this. I'm taking the blue line. I'm doing a pure layup shot with a rock. Turkey ball. Sniper. I'm doing 1 point. I'm going to turn the chat off here for a second, turn my calculator up. It's 1.025 times whatever the wind is, plus 0.1. Let's see if that works again. Sniper, rock. Should be bag number 2. Dose. There we go. Turkey bomb. Let me get one of those going. See if I can. I got one going. Yeah, if you watch me play, if you like one-on-one tournaments, when we're playing, I don't ever go out on the field without an empty slot. Occasionally, just because I'm cycling through, I might mess it or if I'm playing friendlies. But even when we're playing friendlies, we'll stop every now and then so we can clear out chests. I don't really keep score against my teammates. I just love going out there and playing my teammates because you can go out with your teammates and you can try stuff that you may not try when you're just playing one-on-one because you want to try a bigger ball, but you don't want to look like one of those guys that just brought out a bigger ball so they could win. But you just want to go out and practice and you don't want to get judged about it. 2.5 and a little. Just trying to hit it straight out there. Hitting it perfect. Just trying to bleed myself out there and get into what's going to be like minimum short iron or minimum wood. So that should be in the 1.3 per ring. It's going to be super tight. Super tight. This is one of those holes that I either have success on or I haven't had any luck on all week. And I've made it once, which is not good. I mean, and that's the frustrating thing about this hole is I've tried to come at this hole from different ways because sometimes one way works better than another. And it's like, hey, I'm not getting the success that I think. I'm always in the right spot. I always got the right ball. I always got the right club. And even when I hit perfect, it doesn't go in the hole. 2.4 equals plus 101 equals 2.5. Almost 2 rings. Oh, I'm in my grizzly. I got way the hell up there. I'm my max grizzly, so it's 1 per ring. .5 plus 1. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. So right there I did 2.5. It was 2.5 per ring. I was at max club. I added on 0.1 and it was like I overpulled. This is what I hate about this hole. This hole is really mean to me. And I think the deal is that right there I hit through the break. It had too much. This hole, if you've got the right speed to get to the cup, it breaks right as it's coming up to the cup and it drifts off to the right. And so I have, in order to compensate for that, I've tried coming at it from the other side. Here 2 or 3 tournaments ago that this hole was in, I came at it from the other side. It was around right after the Christmas tournament because we got that extra mile line. And I got way in the hell up there so that you could try and come at it from a different angle and maybe not get the drift at the end where it was more just like straight up to the cup. And it didn't seem to help. Plus the drive was fraught with danger. Fraught. Rat bastards. All right. Into hole number 4 is in the bank. Hole number 5, back to a par 3. I like these par 3s, all these par 3s, and this one right here I've had some success on this week. So I feel like the adjustment is that's like right there. Put some numbers in my calculator. I will forfeit. And look at how much lag I'm getting. This game is crazy. Crazy. Alright, hole number 5. Let's get some pick-me-up. Let's get something to drop so we can get some motivation at the beginning of the freaking round. Come on. Southern Pines, hole number 9. This one's changed. This is the one that used to have the island. So we're just doing this straight up. We now have access to a rough bump that we didn't have before. I'm going to turn the game off and fire it back up again, because if I get rid of Golf Clash and I start moving around, I get everything's fast. If you get Golf Clash going up, my grid won't turn on. My grid turns off. See, it's not against Playdemic's terms of service to run something in the background, but they want to make it very difficult for you to run something in the background. Taking my tin hat off. God dang it. Alright. Number 5. That hole right there. I'm taking a sniper and an Olympus ball. That's all I need. That 1.5 backspin, and that is absolutely critical. I had one on there, and that was not enough. It hit the flagpole and bounced off. It only went about a foot, but it bounced off. It was BS, but it did bounce off. It did. See if I go first. I always like going first. And unfortunately, no. This hole's a lot easier now than it used to be. This hole was a dangerous hole that a lot of people epic failed on. I think there's still a group of people that are going to epic fail here, but not like it used to be. The best way to go for hole-in-one was to hit the island, and that had risks. Going to the left-hand side, you could get caught up in the rough at the very top very easily. You didn't set the shot up right. That side over there, they've opened up. That side's a lot. I think that side is worth exploring more, especially during one-on-one when you've got varying winds. I'm not so sure on tournament play, but it could be, depending on the ball. Times 2.7, 3.17. 3.17 rings. I just need to hit it perfect. Alright, it's right there. 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 Oh, where's the emoji? Freaking great. I was catching a lot of perfects earlier today when I was playing my 99 account, but I didn't have the ball guide to really capitalize on it. I was still trying to learn the adjustments because you're in a totally different spot with lower developed clubs. And there were shots that I was doing that I was definitely doing layup shots so that I could just get up and make sure that I got the score. I was trying to give myself some look at it, but it was more important that I just got minimum score. Trying to come in with a 24 and ended up actually dropping a shot on one of the other holes and made 3 and 9 both times. Not good. Just a secret. Shh. Not good. Here we go. Walking out on the course. Number 4th. Get back to the community. Spread the wealth. Just like Robin Hood. Magnanimous. Hole number 5. In the bank. Hole number 6. Alright, this hole right here I've actually had some problems with this week. Let me go look at it real quick and let me think. I just want to get a gander at it. I really like this hole, and I think anybody who ever saw the original configuration of hole number 6, is it hole number 6? No, Southern Pines hole number 5. If you ever saw the original configuration of this hole, the original configuration was really fun, but you had to bring the right clubs and you had to bring the right ball if you didn't have the right clubs. So if you had lower developed clubs, you had to bring a bigger ball. I mean, it was it. And if you had upper developed clubs, if you wanted a really good shot, you had to bring a bigger ball. It was a tough hole. But if you could make the drive, you had a really good Albi shot. Here, I'm trying to get out into this area. I found a spot where if I clip the rough, I'm in a perfect sniper. If I don't clip the rough, I don't end up in the rough down here, and I'm in a perfect long iron. But I got to bring a long iron that's got enough topspin. Or I have to bring one that's got enough backspin on the other side and bring an extra mile and a quasar. You know, that's a fact. That's the shot. And then I'm going to bring a sniper. And I need to bring something that's got more topspin than that grizzly. So there's 66. That's a 3.4. That does not have any topspin whatsoever. I don't care if the backbone has more topspin. I'm not using the backbone. D52 does not have any topspin. I'm not even going to look at it. Now, I got some there, but I have no ball guide. Now, this Goliath I know has topspin and you could do it, but and it's got the same ball guide as I've got right there. So I could bring a Goliath, and if I'm in that area, I've got tons of topspin, I can do the shot, but I think I can get it done with my Saturn. With the 66 topspin. And I don't have to do it, and I prefer to play. There's not much to choose from other than that red line. And if I'm in my wood, I'm going to be more towards like mid. And I'd probably be in max club. Alright, I'm going to take a Goliath. It hits the same as my... It hits the same exact stuff as my Saturn. It's 1.9 per ring, so nothing else is different. Alright, that's the bag of choice and that's the ball. Here we roll. If I get in my long iron range, I definitely have to be like, there is a red line deal out there. There's a spot. Minimum club is the same. It doesn't matter which long iron it is, but if you get, there is an in-between spot, you don't want your red line to be right there in the rough. Here we roll. See which way my opponent's going? I've shot out this way. When this hole first got redesigned, this was the way that I went at right off the bat, just to see if you could make it over there. And you can. But I found that it was easier to get over than it was easier to get past where you got over and you were behind the trees. So I was finding myself getting over a lot, but I wasn't putting myself, I went through a lot of effort to get over there, and now I'm behind the trees. Like, there's got to be a better way. So I went straight forward and went all the way down to the end, and that shot absolutely works. If you got a power 3 ball and you take a big topper down there and get as far down in that corner as you can in a big dog, you can get on easily in 2 and be putting for eagle. But this max OP shot is it's a nice shot. 3 topspin. I'm going to be about 3/4 of a ring off of that. With the wind out, it's 3-3. It's about a ring and a half. Max OP hook. And I got just about all of that. So if I hit the rough here, it'll bleed out and that'll put me in my sniper range. If I was on the right side and missed the rough and clipped the fairway out there, the 3 topspin will keep me from rolling in the rough all the way up front. I hadn't been able to get it so that I could not end up in the rough up there until the opening round. So I finally was able to establish like what kind of club I need. I had the wrong club with me the first time. Yeah, see that shot right there is not. That shot's makeable because that Nirvana has a lot of curl. But I would definitely want to set myself up 2 rings out, and I wouldn't have pushed the wind back in because the fairway gets shorter the farther forward it goes. So if they hit anything to the left here, even 1 ring, they could be in serious trouble. Make that sucker perfect. There you go. And even there, I'm not. Look at how close that was. Anything to the left by pushing that power back in there. Close. Close. That'll be fine from there. Just fine. I'm doing plus 10% to the cup, so it's 4-4, so it's going to be 4-8. .8 rings. A little short of the center. Turning it straight forward. Getting it perfect. Get in the hole. Come on. Come on. And that was an underpull. That's funny. That's funny. That was a way underpull. I should have been like a lot more. Regardless of the deal, hitting with a sniper from that distance, doing a rough bump, it's getting a pretty nice bounce out of it. It's not getting in a regular bounce because it's not on a hillside. And being that far off on a perfect, that's a huge adjustment. In the hole. Hitting the eagle. Key here is to make sure we get an eagle. I wanted to give myself an Albie shot. I gave myself an Albie shot. I took a piss poor Albie shot, even on a perfect. But I gave myself an Albie shot off to the next hole. All right, eagle, eagle. We got next. Got a par 4 coming up, and this par 4 right here, I got a shot on this par 4. I can put myself in a pretty decent shot to get up there with a rapier, and I've only been able to take the shot twice. And the first time I was in a spot, and the second time I changed it slightly because I wanted to shorten up the distance. I was in a slightly better spot. If I can get on the right spot here, I got a serious chance. It's maximum wedge. And I want to let's go look at this hole. I was watching the video. I went back and watched what was going on. This hole's been changed, so it's this one right here. So I'm doing a max overpower hook shot, and where I've ended up is if I do 3 topspin, I'll end up like right in this area right here where I'm having to come over the sand. And what I really like, if you draw a line from the tee box out to that spot, the arc, you got to be somewhere inside of, you got to be on this side of the line in order to be, so if you were right over here, you'd have exactly the same distance. You'd still be max wedge. And trying to get it so that I've got that same kind of distance, but I'm from this direction, the arc goes like this, so I'm trying to bring it over to the right a little bit and stay within that arc range. And I think the trick to it is that I can take just a little teeny bit of topspin off, and I'm going to do like 2 3/4 topspin. Am I talking to myself? I am talking to myself. That's the whole deal. Sitting here weighing the benefits, looking at the hole. All right. Taking an extra mile. And I've practiced this shot with a 1 side spin ball. So I'm going to take one of these Megalodons. I'm going to do like 3 3/4 topspin. Transition between the white and the clear. And I'm going to come off of that about 1/4 of a ring. Let's make sure I got the right clubs. An extra mile, and everything else needs to be super accurate. Feel good about that combo. Here we roll. I've only had this shot. This is absolutely. Whenever you're doing a max horsepower hook shot, you are absolutely doing one shot at a time. So I am doing this one shot at a time. But if I can get to the right spot in the second shot, this is only the 3rd time I've taken it. So I want to like really be critical on the front, so that if anything I can help, I can improve it on the back. I'm doing 2 3/4 topspin, 2 1/3. So right there, it's on the white ring is on the transition. I want to be in about a 1/2 a ring. Getting in this way just a little. I take the wind out. That's 1 ring. Max horsepower hook. And I got all of that. Like every single ounce of it. And I was out just a little bit farther where I was closer to the rough. It was still like decently set up so that you weren't going to get in the rough, but just cutting a little teeny bit of distance on it. When we come into the green, the sand's going to be more on the left, instead of me being a little bit more towards the left where I have to engage the sand. So it may be easier to get a straighter line. I want to get it so I can pull my rapier back a little bit and walk it up with some side spin. I don't have a lot of side spin in this fall, but I want to be able to access what I got. And I want to be within that 1, so that's the deal. The further I am to the right, the more I'm in the 1 side spin, trying to help the ball out. And I still hit it too far. I want to come in at it from this side, but I do have a little bit of room here. Just a touch of backspin. It's going right at the cup. It's at minimum, it's at max club, it's 1.3 per ring. So half of that's 7. So 2 would be ring and a half. And a little. Hitting it perfect. Getting hole. So on that hole right there, with the way the wind was blowing, I definitely need to do the plus 10%. And I added on about 0.2. And so that was in that area. So I'm gonna do, if I can get up in there. That was clearly off on that side, so I'll add a little bit on in the back, but that's the shot right there. I'd actually like to be a little shorter, but I think if I take off the topspin in order to be so that I have a straight in shot to the green, or I could run it up a little bit more, I actually wouldn't be in my, I'd be in my short iron, which wouldn't be a bad thing. Rat bastards. That was a great opportunity on that hole. Blown. All right, I'm on hole number 8. I'm just breezing through. Hole number 8 is hole number 2. par 3 right here, and this is the only one that hasn't changed. All right, I'm undecided. It's been pretty good so far with the lag. I've been getting lag in the setup screen and stuff, but when I've been getting out on the course, it hasn't been too bad here. But when I get on this hole right here, I've had some lag issues, and if you have lag issues and you take the white line, it's really risky. But I'm going to take the white line because I've been taking the blue line with the Guardian, and the Kingmaker. You can go right. You can go right at it. There is a rough bump that you can do here, but I don't usually like these kind of rough bumps because there's no room at all on the left-hand side. Which way do I go? I'm gonna play. I have had 2 epic fails on this hole because of lag, where I brought the stuff to go aggressive at it and got lag. And I'm just gonna go for the green and get up there, and I still have a shot of getting a hole-in-one. Not as good a shot, but I still got a shot. I actually would probably have a better shot if I just took the blind shot from the other side. Because I do get hole-in-ones on that side all the time, but I take that shot a lot. I like to keep my hand, and I like to remember how to do those blind curl shots. When you went to Tour 5, originally in Tour 5 was Greenwich Point. In Greenwich Point, there's a ton of holes, and there's a ton of holes that have been changed, but there's a ton of holes that are still in it, that blind curl shots and are like the name of the game. Like, there's a lot of blind curl shots in Greenwich Point. So then you leave Greenwich Point and you get to Tour 6, and Tour 6 had Southern Pine, so you ended up playing, you were already used to taking them, so you kind of got to keep your hand in the game. And there's 5. 5.5. It drops down to the cup. So 3.6, I'm at max club. It's 1.1 per ring, so there's 3.3. 3. Try and hit it perfect. Oh! Freaking. Freaking phone. I don't even know which way that was great. A little too much speed on it. What's funny is that was about 5.5 backspin. If I put 6 backspin on, I'm in that same spot. It's like way short. And I don't really have enough room to pull it back and try and just let it run up there. That's one of the things about getting on that side. But if you're on that side right there, even if you hit it 3 rings on either side of the other, with all that backspin, you're going to end up on the green. This is the shot with the blind shot over here. I like this shot. I was trying to set it up the other day with max curl with a rock. And the rock's got a lot of curl, so it's you got to be way off in order to do max curl and still get up there at it. But you can get hole-in-ones with that and get it super close. It does funnel in from over there, but you can't tell you can't tell when you take the shot. Into hole. Alright, got to get an Albie on hole number 9. I've been playing hole number 9 a little more aggressive than I normally do. Normally I don't play hole number 9 aggressive at all. I go up there to get an eagle. I like to put myself on the fringe. I like to make my chip shot, and I have had some problems with that chip shot. It's not a gimme. You still have to hit that chip shot. And I have missed it a few times over the last couple years at key points. But I'm going to get aggressive towards it and try and actually get an Albie, get up to the cup. I would prefer if I go past it that I roll all the way past it and end up on the fringe. But I want to make sure that I end up at least getting to the point where I'm pin high so that I can say I went for it. It is possible. I've gotten a few Albies on hole number 9, but they're definitely the huge exception. All right, let's go look at it. Southern Pines, hole number 4. Southern Pines, Hole number 4. Big Tapa. I'm taking a Euro ball. Big Topper. Trying the Big Topper. I'm going to take a look at the comparison there. Horizon's not quite as accurate. Much better ball guide. Lots of top spin. Almost as much power. Not quite as accurate as that Big Top. That ball guide's definitely, and what I found on the front is that what I found in the opening rounds, if I brought the Horizon was, I'm going to write the number down for the Horizon. It's 2.1 per ring. Is that the ball guide was not lying, because it's got a 4.2 versus or 4.5 versus a 3.2. It is not lying. Like, the distance that I put it out there was the same distance I would put the Big Dog out there when I could engage its top in its ball guide, and I ended up right where I was pointed. So the ball guide is telling me the truth. So I'm going to switch this up, and I normally take this. I did this in the opening round, but I'm going to switch to Horizon. So I get a little bit better ball guide to it. I've got tons of topspin here. Distance is about the same. Accuracy's not bad. I don't need the backspin. Curl's not a factor. I'm bringing a Horizon. That's the bag right there. I want to make sure that I'm going to bring a Euro ball. I'm using the wind on the drive to get me out there. The side spin helps on the drive. Alright. I'm going to take the Euro ball. I don't think I have any Power 5 balls that are... I don't think I have any other Power 5 balls. Ones that have a little bit lower wind other than that Megalodon. The Euro ball will work. Here we roll. Let's go out there and see if we can get an Albie. I want to give myself at least a good try for it. I do not want to fail. I want to get an eagle on this hole. I do not want to put my eagle at risk, but I would rather not get the Albie and say that I was able to go for it than to not get an Albie because I never went for it. Maximum topspin. 3 rings off. Take the wind out. Plus 10%. And put the forward power back in. Oh, that is really, really bad right there. That is really bad. That was a 1 ring. That's in the rough. I shortened it. I hit it so bad that side that now I'm in the shit. That's the first time this week that I've had any problems on hole number 3 and 9. So now I'm definitely in the scramble mode. So right now the key is to put myself in a spot so I have a great shot with my long iron to get up to the cup. Maybe my wood. And I think I have a pretty good shot with my... So like if I have to stretch it, if I have to take too much risk, I'm just going to lay it up where I would have gotten my drive, and I'm going to take that Horizon shot to the cup. Because that's a legitimate shot at Albie. And I don't think I'm going to be able to get up there into my long iron range, but I brought the right club to do that rough bump. So I'm going to put myself in my Horizon range, which is about the mid of those shadows. Maybe just a little bit shy of them. So I could try and get it up there where I'm out of my Horizon range, but I'm going to just put myself in my Horizon range because that's what I brought clubs for. So I'm just up in this area right here. I'm going to take the wind out. I'm just going to lay myself up out there and try and recover with the club that I brought. Look at how much lag I'm getting. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy right there. Put myself in that spot right there and I can do that horizon shot. And let's think about my horizon. So I may not be in max club and it hits 2.1. 1.25, 2.1. I gotta do some quick math. All right, let's see where I'm at in my club. I'm going to do a 10% adjustment on the wind here. I've been doing that the whole time. Every time I come on here, I've always done an adjustment down here because it does move it. I'm right in the zone. If I can get enough topspin to get me over there. Yes, I can. Let's see if it comes out with any speed. 2.8. I'm at max club, so it's 2.1, so that leaves me 7, so it's at 1 1/3 rings. Trying to hit it perfect. Getting it perfect. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Let's get some woohoo and get onto the front with something. That's going way too fast. Way too fast. Way too fast. It's close though. That's why when I say when you're practicing for the shootouts and stuff, you always want to go in. The first thing you want to do when you're practicing shootouts is you're trying to get your distance right. Because if you stop at the closest that you ever came to the cup, you'd be amazed at, I mean, how it's just like right there. I was probably 0.3 from the cup. But now I'm 27 yards away from the cup because I blew past it and had my speed wrong. But I definitely went for it. Drop the shot off of a drive. Oh, that is horrid. Every hole I ever epic fail on, you can almost always go back to the drive. You didn't achieve what you were looking for on your drive, and then it caused you to have problems on that hole. Those drive shots are super, super, super critical. Hitting it perfect. All right, I dropped one shot on the front. That is no bueno. I should just come out here and play with a freaking marlin. I play these holes all the time with marlin, and I get drops all the time. There's some of these holes that we're doing the max overpower hook shot that you have to bring out a specific ball on. And the two par fives, hole number 3 and hole number 9, I usually just play with a Titan. But it does help with the power 5 ball. There's no doubt about that. But the rest of those holes, I ought to just bring out a marlin and just play it. I would have had the same, I mean, I didn't drop anything until right there at the very end, but I sure in the hell didn't pick anything up. I had some close calls, but not as close as I would have wanted. All right. Good luck in the tournament. That is very disappointing. That is I needed to come out of the front realistically to have any shot up towards the top with a minus 13, shooting a minimum score of minus 12, and coming out of it with a minus 11. That's a 2-shot swing right there just on the front. So like that's not recoverable in a tournament like this on the back unless I can really like catch on fire. And I haven't had anything yet that's given me any indication that I'm going to catch on fire, but to do it. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. Who else in the chat? Let me get in the chat here and take a quick little break, and get up on it and see who all's in here. Desmond Chan. And Ann, what's up, Ann? Vintage Golf. Vintage Golf is first one in the room. That's right. Super fan. What's up, Frank? Robert Desmond's in the house. Ron Sumzion. Ron Sumzion. Gary Clark. Head east. Welcome to the chat, everybody. Welcome to the weekend round. I'm not having any success, but I am having a little bit of fun. I've been having some fun on the holes. Just taking a little break. I'll be right back. I'll leave you to talk amongst each other. All right, I'm back. Canned coffee. Come on, Dale. Need some pick-me-up. It's only like 10 o'clock at night. Come on. I actually don't think it's that late. What time is it? It's 8:50. All right, let me get my calculator back up here. Golf Clash Ali. Welcome to the chat. I want to thank all of you for coming. Everybody who watches the channel. I wouldn't be doing this stuff if it wasn't for all of you. There are times where I'm just like, why in the hell am I doing this? This lag thing that we've been getting in the game has been killing me. You get on some holes and you got the setup and you're doing the thing and the needle's just jogging around and doing its deal, and you can't, I don't know if it's on their end. You know how it works with your computer. For those of you who have never built computers, you're just like, you've got a computer, you got video cards, you're trying to play Halo or League of Legends, and you can't turn on all the video because you don't have a good enough video card. My nephew's got like $1,000 video card so that he can turn all that video on, and so he can render all the stuff. And it seems like Golf Clash is just making their game so that we have our little devices, our phones and our tablets don't have access to $1,000 video cards. Seems like their game takes up a lot of resources. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, hole number 10. This hole has been changed. This is hole number 1. And it is this hole right here. And I am going the long shot with a Power 5 ball. I'm taking that Megalodon so it cuts the wind down. Extra mile. Everything accurate. Megalodon. Yes. Check. Open up my pin chest to get the next one started. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Getting some common cards. Don't care which ones. the deal is that the whole club card trading changed the whole game significantly. Nobody has, like, if you want better clubs, it is super easy to get your commons maxed out, and you can start really starting to invest into your rares to get your rares up, and it gives you an opportunity to get cards up a lot faster. So like when she can start being in the club card trading, especially if you've stayed down low where you don't have you still have a lot of cards that are locked. Like my 77 account's got like 9 or 10 cards that are still locked because I haven't played anything above Tour 5. I've gotten some cards through the golden chest. But once you start getting up there, you can start getting rid of those common cards pretty quick. I know the mass majority of the people that were bitching about those extra club cards were probably newer players, not recognizing that people that had played for a long time had a lot of extra cards. So the benefit went to the player that had been playing the game for longer and at higher levels. 2-8. It's about a ring in the third. You put the power back in it. I'm going to try and hit it straight down the fairway, revving up against the nubs. Getting it perfect. Trying to stay right down the middle of the fairway. And I was way off on the front. Like way off. Like I hit it perfect into the cup and I was way off. I think I was at minimum club. I was at minimum grizzly. See if my opponent can get in the cup, get in the hole, be like the guy on Happy Gilmore, where it's in the, not Happy Gilmore, but the one where he's playing football and the Cajun coach is out there on the field rubbing his nipples. I am right at minimum club, so it's 2.1, 2.1, right by 5-7 rings. It's 1.57. Try and get in the cup. Perfect. Gotta hit perfect. Got to hit perfect, and I didn't get any lag there. That was all urine, pee-pee. I only got 7 chances on the back to really to honestly try and pick a shot up, and that was one of the 7. So, I mean, I'm not quite in desperation mode, but I'm gonna have to. I've got to get something in just to make up for my error on the front, just to get me back on track, so I can start adding stuff into the bank. Got to get that ball rolling at some point in order to pick that shot up, and then focus on trying to get above that. But I just want to get back to minimum score right now. And it's going to take perfect to the cup. I know that these shots are like right. Like I've got some of these, I know that they're, if I can hit it perfect, I know they're going in the cup. And some of them I know I'm close. So, and some of them a great might get me in there, but I don't want that to be the case. I want it to be the only thing that will go in the hole is perfect. Obviously. Hole number 11. This is a par 3. This is the one that's changed. This is the old hole that I never really liked coming in from the left, but we always had to come in from the left. Take a sniper. I'm taking a nav, so that means I can take an Olympus. And I'm going straight at it. I'm not doing any adjustment at all. I'm just going straight at it. That's what I'm going to do. Let's see if we can get it in. Because if I've added an adjustment, it seems like I shouldn't have. I think I added on. I need to just go straight at it. Try and get it in. Try and get it in the hole with just a normal wind adjustment. And you're all out there cringing on, oh my gosh, dude, you got to do a +5 or you got to do a +10. And I guarantee you there's 15 different numbers being spouted out right now. See if my opponent can get in. Starting off in the rough right there. There is so much fairway to the left that why would you want to set yourself up so you're already in the rough? Anything to the right and that shot is blown. Got some lag there on their video coming in. Hopefully that will go away. And I've been trying to bring it down to it, but I'm going to go straight at it. .7. I mean, it's downhill. We should be adding some on. There's 1, 5, 6, 7. I swear that great to the right is the only thing that I can hit today. And it's going to be great to the right. That is right dead on it. I'm telling you. Oh! I swear when I'm looking at it on that pull, that great, if I blew that up, if I freeze that in that video and blew that up, that is literally like right there on the line. I am just the slightest bit behind the shot. Ah! I'm gonna hit from the other side. I'm gonna hit going the other direction, and I'm gonna start releasing when it's on the right to the left and see if I can snap myself out, because I keep doing that on that shot from the left to the right where I'm just a little bit behind the shot. So I'm gonna switch to the other side until I can get into a rhythm where I can switch from one side to the next. One side seems like it's smoother than the other, and I'll just hit off that side. But right now I feel like the only way I can get it in is if I hit it from the left to the right, so I'm going to force myself to take shots from the right to the left. And I'm going to practice right here, and I'm going to take this shot in a different way than I'm taking it in the tournament, just so that I can practice the needle and get used to it, because I'm getting pissed about this great to the right shit. It's not making me happy. It's not putting me in my happy spot. With a 4-9 headwind, this will be a difficult shot doing with the headwind. So I don't normally do an adjustment, but I'm going to do like I don't normally add anything on it, but I am going to do like a 15% adjustment just to adjust for that headwind. That looks like it's going to be long. Not much, but long. It gives me a little bit of room. Okay, we got to hit this. The only important thing here is to hit this from the right to the left, and then my opponent doesn't fork it on me. I don't normally put a little, I'm going to put a little bit of topspin on it just because I'm playing against headwind. Not too much headwind. I'm going to do 3 1/3 right up to the sand. About 3/4 curl. Hit it 2 rings on the outside, two rings to the left. And that's going at about 1,000 miles an hour. Right over the cap. It's a little bit too much topspin. I put on a little too much for that headwind. All right, hole number 11 is in the book. Hole number 12. All right, this is the big baddie. I need a big topper. You know where I'm at now. Big topper. I'm going to use the Guardian. Hey, what are you doing in here, Cat? I'm going to use a power 5 ball. What I want to bring is a power 5 ball that's got more side spin than that Megalodon. Because I'm not using the low wind on it. So I got this Euro ball. It's got 3 side spin. I don't need the 3 side spin on the drive, but I definitely can use the 3 side spin on the second shot. That ball will work. That bag will work. And I am not on the front. I demoed the shot where you come over the sand and you one bounce on this side of the sand, you go over the sand, you clip the little bit of hillside and you try and stop it before the cup. And I am not, I repeat, I am not taking that shot again for a long time. I know that it can get you up there. You're probably better served if you bring a sniper, but even then, because you got a little bit better ball guy, but even then it's still a dangerous ass shot. And you got to make a great wind adjustment. So it doesn't matter about the side spin here because I can only put on about that much side spin. Going to be a good solid ring here. There's Max. Solid ring with that wind. And I got just about all of it. First test is to make sure I miss that. And I'm close enough to it that I'm going to miss this section down here. So now it's just a matter of whether I overdrove it. I overdrove it. And that is every single bit of a big dog to get from there to get up. Now, I am way up where I can get on the other side of the sand. That's at 180. And my Nirvana hits 130, 135. So I'm dropped 40 yards and I got some topspin to deal with. So I may be able to recover and get up there with my Nirvana. That's because that's the biggest wind we've had all week, that 4.9. And it's not just with the, well, it is because the other ball I've been bringing some 4 winds. So it's been knocking the wind down quite a bit. As long as they can get down there in the 400-yard range, you know, they with a bigger ball like that, they can get up. So I can still recover here. Maybe the best shot to recover is this one. .44. I'm going to do a 10%, so I'm going to do a 4.8. Where I'm at max club, so there's about 4.8. I've got a little narrow little area down there. I guess you are going to get to see that shot again. I hit one ring great to the right. Now let's see if I made a good wind adjustment. It's all about that bounce, not getting into the rough. Alright, recovered. Did not give myself, I have not been really giving myself a look at Albie all week. That right there was actually probably the second best Albie look I've had all week. Going up there and putting myself in a spot, and that's not any worse than where I've been putting myself for the eagle shot and just making sure I can secure my eagle. For the shot that my opponent hit with the ball that they brought, They would have been better served to bring out a bigger club, like a big dog Cataclysm, if they have an upper developed Guardian. Get a little out of it. Give it a shot from there, though. I do have a shot. Can you get this perfect? Getting it perfect. In the hole. All right. Recovered. That's what, hey, having a Nirvana in your bag, people go, why do you have a level 2 Spitfire in your bag? I'll tell you why I have that level 2 Spitfire in my bag. It hits 120 yards. How far is your sandwich hit? I can't believe you got that low level of run in there. How far a low level of run hits like once it gets to 129, and it's a pretty low level when it gets to 129. It's like, are you kidding me? It's a long iron from the rough, and it's a pretty good hitting long iron from the rough. When it gets maxed out, it hits as far as a Goliath. It's a Goliath out of the rough. Come on. Are you kidding me? Hello? That off-roader, though, when that off-roader gets up to like level 7 or level 8, it gets up there and it becomes a great club. But that's like way off in the future. All right, we passed the test. So off to hole number 13, this par 4. This is the one with the rock and the turkey ball. And I swear I've been like right. I've hit through. Last time I was here, I think I hit through the break. Taking my accurate bag, taking a turkey ball. The whole deal is that this hole is frustrating as hell for me, because if I hit it, if I add on something, it's like, wow, you shouldn't have added it on there. And if I don't add it on there, it's like, wow, you should have added it on there. And I change the number, it's like, wow, you should have went back to the last number. And I go back to the last number, it's like, no, it should be 2 numbers away. Let me think about this hole for a second. Let me think. This could be dangerous. I'm talking about me thinking that could be dangerous. Compare that to my Saturn and see what's as far as like accuracy. 1.8 per ring. Ball gate's about the same. 100% backspin. I've been having zero luck just trying to bleed that sucker in there. So I'm going to change. I'm going to just go out there and play like I'm playing one-on-one, and let's just set the bag up. And I'm going to change something up, because it's not, I haven't had, like, shit, just going out here and randomly catching this hole on one-on-one, just dicking around. I have had more success than I have trying to actually get it in there. So let's just go out there and play it like it's one-on-one, and I get to set my bag up. How cool is that? I better bring a short iron that's got some backspin as well. So I actually get all the way out there where I want to be. I'm going to bring this thorn. It's at 57. This is at 60, so they're both about 1.8, 1.9 per ring. Let me think about my numbers here. 1.8, 1.9, 1.8. 50% would be 9, would be 2.7. I'm going to write some numbers down just so I have numbers, so if I'm in these clubs I know what number I am. 1.8, 1.75, 3.2. Alright, I got some numbers. Let's make a change on the back nine. I haven't had any luck all week long shaking the shot, and this is this hole's MO for me. I think I've had more luck over the years trying to just do the backspin shot and getting up there and doing the thing. Number one, backspin shots burn images in your mental stuff because they're so spectacular when you make a backspin shot where it sucks it back in and goes in the hole. I know I've made a lot of eagles on this hole, but I've made a lot with backspin. E7. I'm going to do a 2-ring pull. That's about a 10% overdraw. I'll put some curl on it to bring it back to the fairway. Hit it 1 ring great on the inside. If I can get in front of the shadows, if I get a little bit further than that, so right there I'm going to be at minimum long iron. So I'm going to play my long iron at 3.2 per ring. If I am in short iron range, it's going to be at 1.9. That might end up in the rough. That is right there. You get a shot from there, though. With the rough bumps, you do have a shot. I am in my thorn. So I'm at 1.9 per ring, so 2.9 divided by 1.9 is 1.52 rings. Let's see where is my red line. How much farther can we get out? .52 rings. 1.52. Ah! I had to snap it off I think I was running out of time. I need to be behind it. I should have switched. My red line was so close right there. I should have switched to my long iron because I could have put on more backspin on with my long iron so I could actually suck it back to the hole. That was an error on my part. I was right there at it. I should have just went with the long iron. That's the benefit of going with a long iron that has lots of backspin, because if you get caught up on a green like that where your short iron, you can't really get to the effective part of your short iron. You can pull it up into your long iron, you've got massive backspin, and you can just backspin it up there. That's alright. I don't feel too bummed about that. I changed it up. I had some fun. I had some fun on that hole, so that's what counts right there. Get in the hole. Let's check my opponent out. Got a banner in a 9-hole cut. 334 million. 8,800 games. Played for a while. I'm not exactly sure how many games I've played. I don't think it's too much more than that. We're right about that area. I'm going to take my shot here. I'm going to try and get my timing down. I think I've been 8,860 games. Oh, I do have over 10,000. I don't know what. Well, I must have just reached it here not too long ago. Hey, I hit 10,000 games. I ran into people that have had 30,000 games. That is like right at it. Nice shot. Nice shot. I'm getting headwind again. Not the same combo I had last time I got here. Okay, there we go, so I can see it. Put just a little bit of backspin on. 1.9. Do like 2-1. Getting it perfect. See if I can get up there inside their deal. I made a few adjustments from the last time. Try to slow it down, put that backspin on there. I think they got me. You can get up there on that side, and you can get really close. You can get, it does kind of funnel towards it, but it's totally blind. I did win. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Good luck. And I got a gold chest out of it. Look at that. Had a little bit of fun. Forgot that I was playing in a tournament for a little bit. Just went out and had fun on a hole. I don't think there's a law against that, but there might be. Hole number 5 is Southern Pines. Hole number 9. And this is the other part 3 that's changed. This is the one that used to have the island. So I'm taking a sniper. And I'm taking an Olympus ball. And I mean to tell you, this hole right here, this is the lowest hanging fruit. I have made this shot this week. If I can hit this damn shot perfect, it is in the hole. Alright, that's all I need. Open the chest. Clear out a slot. Getting some comments. Alright, here we go. You need to hit this perfect. I hit this perfect, it's going in the hole. You go first. 184. Sniper. One and a half backspin. It's 2.04 rings. And I was way off on my angle. Getting it perfect. I was way off on my direction angle from where the needle, from where the arrow was. I noticed that it was off when I started to do it. I usually glance up and I make my last little adjustment. But I wasted a second or so doing the ball. And I thought, no, I think it's a lot. I thought it was closer than it was, but I was actually off quite a bit. Not quite way off, but it was like maybe 10 degrees off. Which is a lot, but it wasn't like 45 off. You can go back, rewind it, and look at it. You can see what I'm talking about. Oh! I just want to get back to minimum. I'm going to hate to end a major and not shoot a minimum score and end up with a top 10. So, like, I think in order to have any shot at a top 10, you got to shoot minimum score. And if I don't shoot minimum score, I don't deserve a top 10. So I think the only way I can get up into that range or have any shot at getting a top 10 is to get a 24, and it probably takes a 25. It'll probably take a 25 to get into the top 10. And so, got to pick it up. And this next par 5 is the only hole really in the whole tournament that I've had a couple issues with some lag, where I've epic failed on these par 3s, got some stuff, and I've had some issues on hole number 6 because of lag. But the hole that really has been causing me the most headaches is hole number 6. I'm not sure. That is brutal. Oh my gosh. Good luck in the tournament. That was brutal. I think in the last 3 tournaments, I don't know that I've had a woohoo. I don't know that I've dropped anything special in like the last 3 tournaments, and it's a combination of not hitting freaking perfect all the time. 15. Southern Pines, hole number 5. This is the par 5 in the middle. I just want to look at this hole. Alright, I know what I'm doing. Taking a sniper. Taking a sniper and a Goliath. I'm taking an extra mile. A Goliath. I think I might have that in one of these bags. Oop. Let's switch that out. This will not come into play. It's going to be one of those, and I think that Goliath hits 1.9 per ring. I'm going to take the Quasar. Alright, let's get on it. Alright, we got to clear out a chest. I suppose the good way to, and I used to have to keep track of this when I first started playing, and I was going up the scales and I was playing in expert, especially when you first start in expert. I kept track of like how many wins and how many losses, because you wanted to see if like you were getting your money back, or like how you were doing. And there was tournaments where I lost money when I first started, and it was like bankroll was tight, and you had to make sure that you had enough money to play in the tournament and play all the holes, and you had to have your win percentage up. I used to keep track of how many I'd win, how many went to shootouts. Once you get your bankroll up though, if you're not trying to be a maxed out trophy player, once you get your bankroll up to like 2 million, 3 million, really you never worry about coins anymore. You just go out there and play. As long as you're playing T7 and below, you're good to go. That is going to put them directly behind the trees. Alright. That's what I don't understand about that shot out there, is when you're hitting to that area, you're better off to try and hit all the way down there to the bottom, because really you're just relegating yourself to a shot around the tree. So you can get up, but I don't think it's a really super good shot. About 3/4 of a ring, take the wind out. It's about a ring and a half. Silver power hook. And I got all of it. Let's see if I can miss. Clipped it just barely. Getting out there in my sniper range. Now the last time I was here on the front, I think I got up there and I was in my, I think I was in my Saturn range. Was I in my Saturn range, or was I on my, no, I think I was in the same spot, and it seemed like the adjustment was way off. And from where I'm landing out here, I should have been doing a big adjustment. See if my opponent can get through the trees. Not a chance in hell. And they brought a white ball, so they didn't help themselves out for sure. There's Mads. Hey, get over here so I can see you. There's Yan. I got mid-club. Times 4.1. 533. 4.1 rings. Give me a perfect. It ended up being just a 1-for-1 because I did the adjustment that I put on there, and I still overpulled. So I did it at mid club, which is 1.3 per ring, and I did a 30% wind adjustment. So I ended up doing just a regular straight up whatever the wind was, because the 1.3 30% wind X'd out the 1.3 per ring, so it ended up just being the 4.1, and I actually should have taken a little bit of wind off there. I overpulled it. See if my opponent can get in. Close. No cigar. So I got 3 holes here that I gotta like light it up and get all 3 of them. Like end it with just like go out with a bang. So I'm in the last segment. Haven't had anything exciting happen other than I dropped the shot. Now I got 3 holes to try and do something in this tournament. Good luck in the tournament. Still hanging out down at the bottom. Now the minimum score, I think a lot of people think of the minimum score as minus 20 because of holes 3 and 9. And like looking at where the 20s start at 67th, I mean that's you gotta get over that. 16, hole number 16, Southern Pines, hole number 1. This hole has changed as well. This is the par 4 with the max overpower hook. So I'm gonna take an extra mile, and I'm taking. Grizzly. Trying to get it up there into my rapier range. I'm going to switch this club out because I don't think I'm using it anymore. Get it out of my bag. Trying to cut the wind down, and I've been setting this shot up with a one-side spin ball, so I want to make sure I stick with that. Alright, trying to get up in my rapier range. If I get up there, I'm going to do a plus 20% to the cup. So on the front, I hit it perfect going in, and I did a plus 10%, and I was just off. I should have did a little bit more. See if we can get this in. This is like the 4th time I've taken this particular shot. If I can get this drive up there, and I think I really, like this is about as good as it gets. It could get just a little bit better, but not much. I'm going to go just a little teeny shy, 3 topspin. Just a little teeny shy of 3. Got half my white ring in. Took the wind out, 2.5, 2.1 per ring, so there's 2-1, that leaves me 4. It's about a 5th. Max overpower hook. And I got all of it. I don't think there was anything left on that. And that's as far in as I've been trying to get as close on the right as I can. So on the arc, I'm coming in where I'm engaging the sand a little bit less. The way it comes out, I'm trying to get it so I can run it up there a little bit more. I have room there. I've been putting out 3 topspin. I have a little bit of room so I could get up into this area right here. But I'm staying on the arc, like, can I stay in my rapier range and do the run up instead of having to do any backspin? At least that's the plan. I think if you brought an Apocalypse out there and you worked it out, if you had like an APOC 5 where you had a little bit more raw forward distance, so it gives you a little bit more room on the right, you might be able to walk it all the way through there because it's got more curl. But it's still pretty tight on the right hand side. I barely made it through. There's my red line from my rapier. It's about where I wanted to get. 2.6 divided by 1.3. It's 2.4 rings. There's 2.4. Hit it perfect. Isn't it perfect? Get in the hole. I missed it by just a little bit on the front too. On the front it was the other way. I was on the lower part of the cup. I think I missed it on the lower part. I made an adjustment there to try and get up to it. Actually, I think I was still on the right-hand side, and I only did a plus 10. And I did a plus 20 right there, and I was still just a little teeny bit off. Arrgh. That was close. That was close. That was a heartbreaker shot right there, because that was like on the deal. That's not the first one this round, but that's just how it goes. I haven't caught on fire. I've been a little irritated with the game. Just like the whole lag issue, and it's kind of, I haven't been playing. I have other stuff to do. The Playdemic doesn't help the customer base out because they don't give us, like in the practice rounds, we all wanted to play on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They put those holes up, and then they wouldn't give you any of the Southern Pine holes, so a lot of people just weren't playing over the weekend. What kind of stupid business is that, Playdemic? You're not giving your customer base what they want, they're going to go do something else. And I can play this like I'm playing in a tournament since I'm not going to be on here again. And watch. They'd make it in I've made this shot once this week. 1.7. Watch, I'll make it right here. And I made it when it didn't count. I think I made it in one of the practice rounds. That'll be short. That was going right out. It was a little short. Little short. All right. 2 stinking holes left. And I got to pick up 1 just to get back to minimum score. So I definitely do not want to finish this tournament at not less than minus 12, minus 24. That would be bad. That would be like an epic fail on Southern Pines. I mean, come on. I think my opponent's got me. Got plenty of speed to get back to the cup. Very nice. Very nice. Nice shot. Get in the hole. Good luck to you too, bro. Spud Nutter. Alright, this last hole, I am going to go for the hole-in-one. I'm going to take a sniper. I'm going to take a 3-side spin ball. I'm going to take one of the Olympia balls. I think that's a 3-side spin. It is. One straight out. Let's see if we can get it in the cup. I've been taking the backspin shot, but the backspin shot is not the best, giving you the best shot. Had lag issues on this hole. Every time I've tried to go at it like this, I've had lag issues, and it's cost me. I would have been better off to shoot from the left-hand side with lag because you got a lot more leeway. Switching to the king of balls. I got about 3/4 of a ring, almost a ring of topspin. Eyeballing it. I'm worried about distance here. Let's see what kind of distance they get. Hitting it perfect. Just right outside. It was very nice. It was about 1 topspin, almost 1 topspin. a little inside on the cup. Right there, 2.4. There's 2.5 and 1. Hitting it perfect. See if we can get that sucker in the cup. Get in the hole. And just a little on the outside. Just a slight little bit of an overpull. What's up, Buster boy? What's up, Buster? What are you doing? What are you doing? Yes. All right, hole number 17 is in the bank. Oh. I'm gonna go back and watch this video and see how many of these holes I was super close on. Didn't get any drops. Part of that's a practice deal. That's why people have multiple accounts. You have an advantage. I mean, that's the deal. It does help to have a practice account. It does help to play those because you can help dial those numbers in. But you do need just a little teeny bit of luck on your side. A great every now and then that goes in. Something. I'm going to take this from the other side just so I can practice this shot since we're here towards the end. Let's get something so we can feel like we got something out of the deal. See if I can walk that tail downhill. That's way off. .16. The only way I'm going to be able to make that swing is if I add a little bit of curl on it. Hitting it perfect. See if we can get the distance to get back over to the cup. It's a little hard with that ball to get the distance back over to the right. You'd probably have to engage a little bit of curl over there, or you'd have to have a ball that had more side spin than that so you could get it going more in that direction. There is a shot from over there. And it's pretty wide open as far as like wind adjustment, so if you make a little teeny bit, it's not as critical as the rough bump. They definitely opened up the left-hand side with the change that they made to the hole here by taking the sand out. I still think of the 3 different ways that you can come at it. It might be still the third way. It's going to be pretty close. Very nice, very nice. They put on a little bit less so that they could get it to spin around. Nice shot. Very nice. Good luck in the tournament. All right, last hole. Let's see if I can do better, because last time I was here, this is the hole that I dropped the shot on because I tanked the drive. I hit it good to the right, and you obviously cannot hit this shot good to the right and expect anything good to happen. Euro bomb. Bringing a big Tapa Horizon. That bag right there. Open up my pin chest. Clear out a slot. Off we roll. That's why I didn't win that, because I must not have had an empty slot, so I was subconsciously telling myself it's a useless win. If you really, if you think about it, you play this game and everybody out there wants better clubs. I'd be really surprised if anybody raised their hand and said, no, I like an extra mile 3, or I like a big dog 2, or everybody wants better clubs because better clubs have better stats. I just wonder what the percentage of the people are. Like the ones, it's always the ones who bitch the most that get shit changed, and they're the ones that they don't put in half the effort, or they don't do the stuff to get more clubs. They don't open up chests. They don't get on every 4 hours and make sure that their free chests are open and that they get the pin chest every day. Those add up. I know it doesn't seem like there's a lot of cards in there. It's like, they were just crappy cards, but you do that every day for a year, that's 365 days worth of crappy cards that you got. You're going to get a lot of crappy cards, and crappy cards add up to maxed out clubs. Take the wing out. That was my problem on the front. I'm just going to take the wing completely out. I'm not interested in dealing with that, clipping the rough stuff again. Getting it perfect. That'll cost me a little bit of distance down there because I took the wind out, but I would rather just get over and get way up there so that I have a decent shot with this horizon to get in, as opposed to having to chip down to where I was in my horizon range. 436. I want this shot to be for Albie as opposed to trying to recover my eagle. If you watched up to this point, that was the right move. So if you get out there on a hole and you tank the drive, there are times when you could get farther forward, but you need to stop and think about like what you have in your bag. It's like if I get up there, that's a really difficult shot, even with this club, and I don't have that club, but I brought a club for this other shot, so maybe I should just hit where I'm in that club's range. Like my opponent, they give themselves a really clean shot right there. I'm going to do a 4.6. It's 2.1. There's 4.2. I'm going to go 4 past that, so that's a 5th. Try and hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. Come on, man. Give me something to go, hey, I at least got an Albie right there at the very end. Oh, I was actually getting more rollout with my big dog, even though I don't have as much top spin or as much ball guide. Where it was engaging up there and it was coming out, it was actually lying to me, but I wasn't getting it where it was appearing and disappearing. So I think I was able to get more up towards the cup. Because usually when you get in a spot where it's appearing and disappearing, one of two things are going to happen. It's going to be way short or it's going to be way long. And usually it's like, that's not a good deal. That close. Shut my mouth. I'm going to go straight at it. I'm going to try and do this shot backwards so that I can maybe pick up a shot. Get one ring great to the right. Into hole. So finishing off with a 23, that is not going to get me anywhere. You got to be better than a 24, better than what we would all consider the minimum score. Regardless of what the community thinks, where the 2 par 5s are like super hard, they're super hard eagle. They are easy eagles if you bring the right stuff. Even in low level accounts, I eagled both of those holes today with my 99 account, and I got a level 7 extra mile, which is the same as a level 6, and was able to get it done with some lower level clubs. Dropped hole number 9 here just from tanking the drive. Look at that. And see how far it took before you get into the 24s. 24s top 24. That is fantastic. And that's exactly what we want to see. Getting into 25s, having to pick up 1 just to get into the top 15. Everybody in the top 10 picked up 1 on each side. and minus 27 is up at the top. I wrote on my sheet that the way I wanted it to go was minus 13, minus 26, minus 28 in the weekend round. It was like you need to pick up 2 shots per side, and you need to pick up those 2 eagles. And those 2 eagles are part of the deal. So you have a limited pool. You only have 7 holes to pick a shot up instead of 9. You got to pick up 2 and 7. So that's about 30%. That's how it rolls. I like that tournament though. I had fun playing the Southern Pine holes. I think the changes that they made on the ones definitely, the holes are still, they're different. But I think the changes in the par 3s are definitely more playable now, especially the first par 3. I think before it was like a super low percentage. Now at least you got a shot at it. All right, that was the 2020 Summer Major. My 77 account in the rookie division. Let me get into the chat here real quick on my phone, and we'll check out everybody. See who else here. Desmond Chan, thanks for coming. Hillbilly Grizzly. CG Hike. Black Dragon, thanks for coming, Black Dragon. Vintage Golf. Leanne. Mark Jones. Golf Clash Ali. I want to thank all of you for coming today, and hopefully we'll have, I know there's a 9-hole cup coming up, so I saw the thing come on there for the 9-hole cup, but I haven't even looked at it or thought about doing a play walkthrough or any of that. I will work on that in the morning, try and get a walkthrough in for the 9-hole cup that's coming out. Get some holes. So if you go to Golf Clash Notebook, you can go check those holes out. You can dig through. I'll put together a playlist, but if you want to put together your own playlist and you can get started, you can go look at what tournaments they're in, and you can search them on my YouTube channel. I've got YouTube. I didn't realize this until here just recently. I have like 4,000 videos up, and I have so many tournaments that I've played that some of them aren't even where I can see them in my library. But I can go to YouTube and I can search for tournaments that happened a long time ago and find them. It's just hard to find the playlists for them. But I got most of the holes, and I think the stuff for the 9-hole cup, where is the 9-hole cup? Sakura Hills. I think most of those Sakura Hills holes, I do have some shots for them. Not sure if they've changed any of the holes or if they're all just the standard shot setup for them, but Sakura Hills is a pretty awesome course. This will be a good 9-hole cup. Other than the fact that we're having a 9-hole cup, it'll be a good 9-hole cup. So I will see you there, and thanks for watching, and thanks for coming to the channel, and hopefully everybody had a good time and a good tournament, and I will catch you on the next one. Stuart, don't want to miss you. You got on right there at the end. Yeah, Desmond, Sakura Hills. I like Sakura Hills. I remember when I first started playing Sakura Hills, when I went to Tour 3, I went from Tour 1 to Tour 2, and I didn't do any research at all because at the very beginning there was very limited stuff online. Like you couldn't find diddly squat. And I was able to find some limited stuff like on Sakura Hills so that I could see some pictures of it and like see what the holes looked like before you got there, because bankroll is a big deal. And there wasn't a lot of people playing the game at the very beginning in those first 3 or 4 months. I mean, it was a different type of playing, and going through and looking at the holes. And I always liked the cherry blossoms and stuff on there. So these are pretty cool holes. And there's some of these par 4s that are in here in these Sakura Hills. I'll be curious to see if they changed any of the greens, because I believe that there's at least a couple of Sakura Hills holes that if you end up in the wrong spot of the green, you can't get on. It's not like the newer holes where every spot you're on, you've got a shot at the green. I think there's some in here that you don't. Let's see, where's the water one? That might not be a Sakura Hills hole that I just might be thinking about, but there's some awesome holes in Sakura Hills. All right, I will see you there.